everybody, Joy here. It's Wednesday, November the 5th, 2014. And I decided to just do a vlog today instead of a blog and say hi to all my friends and show you what I've been working on. Oh my goodness, some of the stuff I can't show you because the person that I did it for will probably watch this and I don't want her to see what I did. So, I have been working on jewelry for like 2 weeks solid, and it takes me hours and hours and hours and hours to make jewelry. I'm not kidding. This bracelet probably took me 10 hours. But I have a bracelet story. I made a bracelet for my granddaughter-in-law for her birthday, and it was blue, and I don't know if I showed you a picture or not, but just in case I'll post one today. But she said she wore it to church Sunday, and she said she got a ton of compliments on it. So I said, well, great, I'll make you another one for Christmas. What color would you like? So she said that she would like a pink bracelet. Well, if I had the camera in my hand, I could scan back here to my 10 million beads. Guess what color? Pick a color, any color. Guess what color I didn't have hardly any of? Pink. I scrounged and I scrounged and I scrounged, and I finally found a bracelet pattern that would go with what pink beads I had. I had these pink beads. You probably can't even see them. They're itty bitty teeny weeny seed beads, but they're bright pink. Can you see bright pink? Well, not bright pink, dark light pink, I guess you'd call it. Not, oh, what's that dark pink color called? Oh, well, whatever. Anyway, I started weaving it together 2 nights ago. I worked on it probably an hour and a half, 2 hours that night. Then I worked on it literally on and off all day long yesterday. So I got the whole bracelet entirely done according to the directions. And I don't have the directions here, I would show you, but the directions called for, at the end of the bracelet, when you get to the end of a bracelet, you have to add something to this end and add something to this end, so when you fold it around your wrist, you have something to hook it, right? It's called a clasp. Well, that pattern had you sew 2 loops at one end, and at the other end, it had you string these little tiny white beads right there. You can't even see it, I'm sure. It's 4 millimeter crystal. Well, I tried it on my wrist, and I couldn't keep it on. And so I took the loops, and I broke a bead in it and tried to make it a little bit tighter. And I put it on, it kind of seemed to stay on me, but I have a little wrist. My wrist is just 5.5 inches. And the girl I made this for, her wrist is 6.5 inches. And I thought, well, maybe if it was a fatter wrist, it wouldn't fall off. And yes, I slid it up my arm, but that didn't really count. So when Jerry got home, I made him put this bracelet on. And I put it on him, and I said, now just play like you're a girl and you're going to church and you're wearing your bracelet. And so he was wearing the bracelet, and just sitting there watching TV, it fell off of him. Oh, so here I've got like 12 hours in this bracelet, right? And I can't give it to somebody when it's just going to fall off and all these crystals are going to get lost and all my work and everything else is just going to be lost. So I thought about it all night long, kind of worried about it really all night long. Because when you make jewelry, you make it with thread. See, here's a thread that's in it. It's a thread. And you people that make jewelry, I'm sure you know, see the thread? And you put it on a needle, or 2 needles, 1 at each end, and you start at bead number 1, and you weave across and down and across and down and across and down and across and down and across and down. So I probably have 10 yards of this thread in this bracelet. So that just shows you how much work is in it. But I didn't want to just throw it away, and how could anybody wear it if it just falls off your wrist? So I thought about it, thought about it, thought about it. I got up this morning and came up here and stared at it some more. And I looked in my boxes to see if I had any kind of clasp. I thought, well, I wonder if I have a clasp that I could sew on there. I didn't know how I was going to sew it on there because it already had the sewn on ones, right? So I found this flower clasp. Isn't it pretty? It's got a wide hook, and it sews on both ends of the bracelet. So hopefully you can see that. I never know what you can see till I look at this later. So anyway, the next problem was I was going to have to cut off each end of the bracelet. Here's the beads that I cut off. I don't know if you can see them. Here's some of the beads that I cut off. See the cut string? They were already sewn on, and I had to cut them off because I had to do both ends differently in order to put this flower on here. So I just prayed, crossed my fingers, held my breath. I thought, you know, the worst I can do is ruin it, right? And so I came home. What have I been home? Just an hour, 2 hours? I think I've been home 2 hours. I ate a peanut butter and jelly sandwich at 11:30, and I came up here and I just tackled it. And I cut off the first end and sewed the flower on, and cut off the second end and sewed the clasp on, and so far it has stayed together. It hasn't fallen apart, and I think it is just so pretty. It's the prettiest bracelet I've made so far. I'll do pictures of it. It's really hard to photograph a bracelet. Let me put it on so you can see it on my arm. Let me see. Don't look at my 85 chins. Okay, there it is. Now play like my wrist is up there, okay? So now can you see? Isn't it pretty? Pretty, pretty, pretty. I might make myself one. I love it so much. Only mine will have to be black and white, of course. Black and white, red and black, I don't know, something like that. But isn't it pretty? I'm just so glad I was able to save this because it's got all these Swarovski crystals in it. In the center, there's little pink Swarovski crystals, and here on both sides, where it looks clear, it's clear Swarovski crystals. So it's a really nice bracelet. So anyway, that's what I've been doing. Oh, and then last night, you know, the election results were on. It was slow and boring, and I thought, you know, I'm going to go up there and see if I can make another pink bracelet. Just forget about that pink bracelet. I'm going to try to make another pink bracelet. So I came up here last night and started making this one. This one's called Double Hugs and Kisses. It's still got thread on it because I'm still sewing it. Can you see? I don't know if you can see there better or if you can see here better. It's a very pretty bracelet. The only problem is it's very heavy, and I don't think it's very dainty. It's just kind of heavy, and you can feel it on your wrist, and plus, you know, being 8 inches long, it's going to be even heavier. So I'm going to try to remake this one maybe in a different color and use smaller beads. But this one's called Double Hugs and Kisses. I think it's from Beadaholic.com. Beadaholic, IQUEON.com. You know, if anybody's interested in making jewelry other than me, there's a million YouTube videos out there with free jewelry patterns, and that's where I got this one. But anyway, I'm going to start again on that one, make it a different color, and let me see what else do I know. I think that's all I know. So, I'm going to, I'm into skirts. I'm into skirts. You remember those skirts that I made? The Louise cutting skirt, and the long knit skirt, and the one with the stripes? Well, I've had to work. The last couple days I've had to go to work, and so I wanted to wear my new skirts. I mean, where else can I wear them? I don't go anywhere. And I have decided, guess what the best thing in the whole wide world is about a skirt? Can you guess? Can you guess? I went in this morning and told all my employees, and they just laughed at me. The best thing about a skirt is it doesn't have a crotch. Woo! Love it. One of the ladies said, I know, you can get all that air up there. I don't care about the air, I really don't, but it's just so nice not to have that seam going between your legs, you know, and when you sit down it rides up and down and things like that. So anyway, I'm getting ready to make skirt number 4. I've got to go find some fabric. Fortunately, I just happen to have a few pieces in my stash. So that's all for today. It may take 2 days to upload this video as it is now. So I'm going to let you go and have a really nice rest of the week. Bye! Run, 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 run.